Fly grazing involves the deliberate grazing of horses on land where they don't have permission to be. It can involve any number of horses, from 1 up to several hundred, and you'll often find fly grazing takes place on land where it's not really appropriate to graze, like highway verges, playing fields, and farmland where it's not really suited to the grazing of horses.
Owning a horse is a massive commitment, both financially and in the time it takes to look after them. The cost of buying the horse is just the start of the expense. You're going to need food and water for them. You're going to need a paddock and a stable to keep them in. When you go on vacation, you're going to need someone to look after them. Most people don't realise a horse can live 25 to 30 years, if not longer. That is a massive commitment to looking after something. If you take all these things into consideration and you still want to buy a horse, then it's important that you make yourself aware of the laws governing horse ownership. Every horse in this country must have a passport. If you purchase a horse, the seller must supply you with an A5 size document. That's its passport. And in that passport, you will get its name, breed, sex, colour. The registered owner of that horse will have a microchip number in that passport, and that will correspond with the number of the implanter that's put in that horse. If you have a foal, you have 6 months to register and microchip that horse, or the end of the calendar year, whichever comes the latest. When you purchase these horses, these are the things you need to think about. Once you've purchased that horse, you have 30 days to notify the passport authorities that you are now the new keeper of that horse. Did you know it's illegal to transport a horse without a passport? If you get caught doing so, you can incur a fine of up to £5,000. You have to make yourself aware of the obligations of a horse owner and don't fall foul of the law.
Well, a horse needs to have a fairly big area to live in. A horse needs about 1 acre per horse, which is the size of a football pitch. If you overcrowd horses, then there won't be sufficient food to go around. This can result in bullying, injury to the horses, and even horses trying to escape. So you've got a wooden fence gate that's been rotted away, not suitable at all. However, they've put a steel gate in front, solid, safe, and it'll prevent the horse then knocking that second one out of the way. Ideal fencing is post and rail fencing. It's solid, it's secure, horses can easily recognise it and see where the field boundaries are. Well, in some cases, the only way to securely graze a horse is on a tether. And tethering, yes, is a little bit of an emotive subject. However, if the following points are followed, then it can be done safely, such as making sure the horse is secure with a good head collar or a wide leather collar around its throat. Making sure that the chain has got a swivel on either end so the chain doesn't become shorter and shorter as the horse walks around. Access to water. The water ideally needs to be at the perimeter of the tether, so at the end of the tether, so the horse can reach and have a drink, but it can't then knock the trough over and then end up without water. And also, if the tether isn't moved, then the area can very quickly become muddy. Wet, muddy conditions aren't suitable places to keep horses. A horse shouldn't be on a tether really for longer than 24 hours. It should be removed every 24 hours from that tether.
We recognise that there are people out there who care and love their horses. We wouldn't want you to be in a situation where the horse is proving a danger to people. For those people who won't heed our advice and continue to fly graze on public land, we have no alternative but to take action on those people.
So the Control of Horses Act 2015 provides the power for local authorities and occupiers to detain the horse for a period of 96 hours. During that period, in the first 24 hours, you must contact the local police on the non-emergency number to get advice on that.
The police respond to a number of incidents relating to horses. Some of these are loose horses on the road. We obviously respond to make members of the public safe and prevent collisions and secure the horses. We also respond to issues of fly grazing, where horses are found on kids' play parks, for example, in district council land where other people are prevented from the use of the land. We resolve these issues by working in partnership with our local authority and using the initiative of the Newcastle District Council.
So I think the biggest deterrent to fly grazing is trying to get the educational message out there that these powers are available, and if they were acted on both by local authorities and by individuals, it would really make it hard to fly graze in England.
We have to take action, because the alternative of not taking action is that somebody's going to get hurt.